Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalren, and today I'm going to be doing a commentary over some 2v2 games that I was able to do in the past. First of all, sorry about my speech matter. I have a sore in my mouth, so it kind of hurts for me to talk, but I still want to really cover this video. Today I'm going to talk about some of the 2v2 games that I've done and commentate over them. A lot of you guys have asked me, in terms of playing Outlaw Rogue, detailed explanation and commentary about how to play Outlaw, why the things I do in arenas, just like who am I going for, the reason I'm going for it, what is my rotation, what I do in different situations. So I want to be able to commentate over games while having them slow down in order to show you guys exactly what is happening and then show you the quick version of it, because arenas happen really quickly. I'm going to try to commentate over them as best as I can, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video and hopefully this is helpful for any of you learning how to play Outlaw. In the opener, you gotta decide which target you want to go on. Me and the Paladin basically decide that we're gonna go DK, and I denote that by stunning the Death Knight. So the Paladin is going to stun the Boomkin in the opener, and from there with Boomy Trinkets we can get a blind, and we're gonna nail as much damage down into the DK as possible. Mark for Death, roll the bones in order to get a combat enchant. I take note of the fact that Paladin stunned the Boomy and the Boomy trinketed the stun. Now, I know I overlap Killing Spree here and Adrenaline Rush, but Killing Spree with 40% crit increased just tears through DK's defensives. The Boomy trinketed the stun initially, so I'll throw him in a blind and just finish off the Death Knight. Now when you have a mage and a monk, that's a different story. Both monks and mages don't really take that much damage, and one has Karma as a reset mechanic and the other has the ice block. I decided the mage is probably the best option, but I'm just gonna watch now for Paladin's body language, and he decides to go mage, so I decided to commit on the mage. I trinketed Dragon's Breath because usually mages throw down the Meteor with Dragon's Breath, and the Killing Spree actually took me out of the range of Meteor. The monk swaps to me, but I decided to gouge him off and continue impacting pressure onto the mage, and as you can see we're actually cleaving both targets. I'm sitting the mage and the paladin is sitting monk. The block goes down, we continue our cleave, I'm still hitting the mage, and this is the moment where the mage fucked up. He blinked without having any stuns on him, just trying to get away from us. Both me and the paladin juke our way over there. I stunned the mage at with a ranged stun during my grappling hook, and both would just finish off the mage. And from there, it's just kiting around the monk, and it's pretty straightforward from there. So as you can see, Outlaw Rogue has a lot of damage, a lot of cleave mechanics, still has all this rogue-based abilities like Cloak, so you can get past the mages and casters. And together with the paladin, it makes for a pretty decent combination. Now the next game, it's really about trying to see who trinkets first. If one of the other feral or the rogue trinkets first and we can line him up with a full stun, then we'll have a winning chance. I find the rogue and I find the feral disappears, and I try to bait the feral with a blind. So I blind the feral and we're sitting on the rogue. He trinkets my cheap shot, so now the rogue is viable to be a kill target. I don't want to stun the rogue again, but the paladin decides to, because I can't hit into the rogue, I don't have any non-physical attacks, and I want to get parried. So I decide to hit the feral, and we're both kind of cleaving the two. And I see the rogue is still at full health. He's killing spree into my paladin, who bubbles. And now it's all about lining up the full stun onto the rogue. He's the only good target. The feral didn't trinket anything, so I'm just kind of trying to wait it off. The reason these guys aren't going me because the paladin still has bop. So if he stuns me or they go me, I just get bopped. So they're waiting for the paladin, and as soon as the paladin's bubble is off, I gouge the rogue to get as much CC on the rogue as possible, and then line up for a full 5 combo point kidney because I did get a roll through the bones buff for extra combo points, and threw him in a full stun. Just trying to auto attack, throwing saber slashes in there, and me and the paladin is a bit of like sustaining damage, was able to bring the rogue down. And now it's all about bringing down the Feral, which wasn't easy. As you can see, there's a lot going on through my head. When's the game there? And there's not a moment to just stop and think about, oh, what you want to do. So you kind of gotta really think of your feet, read your partner's body language and emotional, their character position. Well, if you don't have Skype call or anything, and I was able to do that pretty successfully. If you guys want to see more videos like these, I have different examples as well available. Slow down the footage and maybe go into more detail. So ask me guys any questions in the comments below of what other things would you want to see me go in full detail, and hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. All in all, as an Outlaw Rogue, it's about managing the buffs and seeing what buff you have and working off of that, lining up your opponent in a stun and then bursting them down, utilizing CC, and just sitting on a target and dealing pressure. Pressure can be done through cleaves or through single target DPS, both of you sitting on one target, kind of depends on the situation. It's partially about who you're playing with, but it's also partially about who you're going against. So know your opponent, know your friends, know what other classes do. You just have to learn by playing against them and just taking notes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Dal, and I'll see you guys in the next one.